Are you looking for a new build community in the Marana area? Maybe something that's not too far away from the interstate. That way you can access all the amenities that Tucson has to offer, as well as kind of bypass all that Tucson traffic and get up to Phoenix relatively quickly. Maybe you'd like something that's not too far away from some good shopping and restaurants. Well, you might want to stick around for today's video because we're going to walk you through a community that has all of that and then some. Let's get to it. If you're new to this channel and want to learn everything from A to Z about living in Tucson, AZ, then click subscribe and tap that bell for notifications so you can be the first to learn about the current market in Tucson, Arizona. Hi, I'm Dustin Smith. My wife Jennifer and I have helped hundreds of people just like you move to and from Tucson, Arizona. So whether you're planning on moving in 12 days, 12 weeks, or 12 months, we got you covered. Give us a call, shoot us a text or an email, and we'll help you make that smooth move to Tucson. So in today's video, I'm gonna take you through the Summerstone community in Marana, Arizona to kind of show you what the neighborhood has to offer. So we'll start by talking about what's in the area, where it's located. Then we'll get into some of the features of the neighborhood. And finally, we'll walk through a model and show you what one of these homes looks like ready to go. So if that sounds like something that's interesting to you, let's do this. All right, so as far as where this community is at, and if you're not familiar with Marana in general, Marana is going to be a major suburb northwest of Tucson. It's gonna be the last major suburb before you head up to the Phoenix area. So it is the closest suburb. If you're looking to commute back and forth to Phoenix on a regular basis, gonna give you a little bit of a head start compared to other suburbs in the Tucson area. Now, there's a lot of shopping and activities nearby, as well as some restaurants. So one noticeable geographic feature of this area is how close it is to the Tucson mountain range and the Saguaro National Park. Now, parts of the community, the other direction, actually do have some views of the Catalina Mountains off that way. The Catalina Mountains are basically what Tucson is probably most famous for. When people think about the Tucson Mountains, a lot of times they're going to think of those Catalina Mountains, but the Tucson Mountains here are quite pretty. They're a little bit shorter, but they are just covered with saguaros, and a lot of the Tucson Mountains are actually going to be part of the Saguaro National Park West, which offers you some great hiking. If you're looking for a good steakhouse nearby, definitely recommend Little Abner Steakhouse, a favorite of the Marana area, definitely worthwhile checking out. And then there's just a lot of shopping nearby, different recreational. There's a Topgolf. The only Topgolf in the Tucson area is actually going to be in the Marana area. Marana also has Costco. Really close to this community and where you get off the interstate right here, you actually have the Twin Peaks Outlet Mall, which is kind of an upscale shopping mall for the Tucson area. So Marana is actually its own municipality, separate than that of like the county or the city of Tucson. And with that comes its own kind of benefits and differences. Of course, you do have your own police department out here, and a new addition to the area, something that people are really liking this year, is actually the brand new aquatic center. So you have a large, beautiful, brand new swimming pool, fitness center, community rooms, sports fields. And I mean, that's just kind of a taste of how fast the Marana area is growing. There's always something new out here, always new restaurants, new shopping, and brand new communities. There's actually a lot of different builders in the Marana area, and a lot of different kind of communities that people are focused on, whether that's Gladden Farms or Dove Mountain, or over here in Summerstone, the Twin Peaks area. There's just a lot going on out here, and it's definitely an area, if you're looking in Tucson, you don't know where you're going, you got to look at the Marana area just to see what it has to offer and figure out if it's the right place for you. All right, so on to the neighborhood itself right here. The Summerstone neighborhood itself does have some noticeable features to it. One of my favorite features about it is that you don't actually have any of those shared walls with your rear neighbors. So, some of the communities, you got to look for one of the outer lots to make sure that you're not staring from your backyard into someone else's backyard. They've situated and planned out this community to where you always have that extra space behind your home. That gives you a little bit more ability, instead of just staring at someone's house and their rooftop, to have that extra space that allows you to capture a little more mountain views on there and a little more privacy in your backyard. So I'd say that is a huge bonus. There's 150 lots throughout the community. They just closed out phase 1 and they're working on phase 2 right now. Within the entire community, there's about 150 lots, and they have 17 move-in ready homes on their board right now. And of course, that's one of those things that always changes. But, you know, if you're looking at this within the next, you know, few months or year or so, they're likely going to have inventory in here if it's something that you like. So right now, or, you know, you're always going to want to look for what different incentives that builders are offering. Noticeable incentives that they're offering right now include a 4.99% fixed interest rate, which is, you know, definitely well below market right now, and then up to 1% towards closing cost right there, which is just less money that you have to come out of pocket with on closing. So definitely loving all of that right there. Now you do have homes within the community that start off like a 3-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,327 square foot, just over $357,000. Their current inventory does go up to $417,420 for a 1,787 square foot, 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom home. That's going to be their Opal model. I know that's kind of an oddly specific number, but you know, the builders do kind of throw some odd numbers out there. When you're looking at a long list of houses, if you see those odd numbers, usually it's a good indication that it's a new build. Not always, but you're going to see that a lot more with new construction. So now that you know a little bit about the community, let's go check out one of these models. All right, so Meritage has the Opal model right here. This is that 4-bedroom, 2-bathroom, 1,787 square foot. So the largest floor plan that they currently have for move-in ready in the neighborhood. So this one is the model. It's just to give you a general idea of what you can expect when you're looking into a Meritage home. So let's go. So I do have the 8-foot entry doors right here. All right, and tile throughout the home except in the bedrooms. Now this little area right here is currently their sales office. There's Crystal in there. Hi, Crystal. Great Meritage rep right there. But yeah, normally that's not gonna be there. That's gonna be a bedroom. You're actually gonna see that from the hallway with the other guest bedrooms. So first thing we would really be walking into is gonna be this kitchen with the center island right here, the gas stove top, and the fridge. Now they are doing move-in packages here, so that's going to include your washer, dryer, refrigerator, and blinds, as well as like the microwave. Nice open concept right here, so your kitchen flows into your dining area and your living room straight to the backyard. Great lighting, great windows right here. But before we head all the way down that way, let's go check out the guest quarters. You know, maybe speaking too soon right here, because this actually does have a fairly large walk-in pantry right here. It goes around the corner right there. All right, off the kitchen, we have our first bedroom right here. So that's like a twin size bed. You know, sometimes the camera makes things look a little bit smaller, but plenty of room on each side, plenty of room in front of the bed too. Reach-in closet right here. They're also showcasing right here the spray-in foam insulation. So that attic is actually going to stay much cooler than it would if you had like your traditional blow-in insulation. Not only that, they're doing that in the walls too, which is a great soundproofer. So if you have noisy neighbors, that's going to help quiet them down a little bit. So next room on the right is going to be your bathroom. So we got dual vanity sink in there, tub and fiberglass surround. Across from that doorway on the left right here, we have the washer and dryer closet. And on the left right there, there's that sales office with Crystal. That's your normal entrance into that. Next bedroom right here. Reach-in closet. Twin size bed again. And let's work our way over to the primary. All right, that looks like a king size bed right there. Plenty of room on both sides of that. And you know, they do have a construction lot right behind the model right here, but that's the Catalina Mountains off that direction that I was talking about. So yeah, mountains all around Tucson. One of the best things about this place, I would say. All right, primary bathroom right here. We have the dual sink vanity again. Tile in the wet areas. We have a walk-in shower with the fiberglass surround, toilet room, and then a large walk-in closet. So thank you guys for watching today's video. Hope you liked it or found it useful. If you did like it, make sure to hit that like button. If you haven't already, click subscribe, tap that bell for notifications, and we'll keep you updated on the current market in Tucson, Arizona. And if you or someone you know is thinking about moving to or from Tucson, Arizona, we'd love to be the ones to help you. Give us a call, shoot us a text or an email so we can help you make that smooth move to Tucson. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you on the next video.